first time in the history of the Gambia Printing Publishing Corporation proudly introduces the Biliomatic exercise book printing machine. The machine has the capacity to print more than 20,000 books per hour. Yes, 20,000 books per hour. It also prints magazines, newspapers, calendars, flyers, normal books and all kinds of printed documents plus items at affordable prices. With the Biliomatic printing machine, GPPC can now render high quality and non-size restricted printing service supply across the sub-region. Rush now and partner with GPPC for all your public and private printing service needs. Print with us today and you'd be offered highly professional, reliable and efficient service delivery by our team of experts. The Gambia Printing and Publishing Corporation is here to meet all demands and is reliable at all times. For more info, contact us on 437-4493 or 437-4402. GPPC is Gambian and it's yours.
All right.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baluwo?
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 What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Gamcel data, now even better. Enjoy 20% extra data on all Gamcel data bundles. Buy 20 megabytes and get extra 4 megabytes. Buy 50 megabytes and get extra 10 megabytes. Buy 100 megabytes and get extra 20 megabytes. Any amount of Gamcel data bundle you buy, you will receive 20% extra data for free. Dial *302 data amount hash or go to your Yaiborom menu and choose your data bundle now. Gamcel data, it's fast, lasts longer and very reliable. Gamcel Yaiborom.
Planning to have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond? Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnel who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Karaba Avenue and Brusubi Highway, or you can call us on 7657 479 980-8483, 340-9400 or 635-9906.
It was sometime back in early January of 2020 when this construction site was handed over to the General Procurement Services for the construction of a modern complex to replace the old structure that used to be here. That old structure, though, was one of the remaining landmarks of the colonial buildings in Banjul, was no longer fit for purpose to serve the magnitude of work that the authority is generating, and therefore needed an overhaul. In March 2020, the General Procurement Services commenced work on this site, and Mr. Seedy can hear speaking now, and I am proud to report that by March 2020, we were ready with the work. In that regard, I want to take this opportunity to thank my able team for such a wonderful job done that was time-driven and done efficiently. I am proud of my team in the office, which comprises of various professionals in various fields of expertise, always working with diligence and supported by a wonderful staff that is caring and responsive. I want to say that as I stand here before you this morning, this is Mr. Seedy speaking, I am proud of the work of my team to have been able to secure the contract at that time after a successful bid was done, timely and professionally submitted. I was personally excited with this opportunity as it brings back memories of my association with this building that used to house at one time two separate entities there were two separate statutory departments, the Custom and Excise Department and the Income Tax Department, respectively. And I believe for those of us who grew up in Banjul, we do remember this place. Thank you. Memories of that old building remain dear to my heart, as it was here where I began my work experience as a civil servant after completion of my high school education. Again, it's Mr. Seedy speaking. It gave me a good foundation upon which I developed myself to be where I am today. Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, when we embarked on this journey, our primary consideration was to ensure that our primary consideration was to ensure that we deliver to your authority a state-of-the-art building that gives value for money and provide a comfortable and conducive work environment for your valuable staff. I want to use this occasion, therefore, to congratulate the authority and to commend the management of the Gambia Revenue Authority for this laudable initiative, whose ultimate beneficiaries are the staff and the customers that will visit the building for business. At this time, it may be worthy to mention that this magnificent edifice that we are about to open formally consists of 3 floors. The ground floor, which has 4 offices, 6 cubicles, a reception, and an open space. The first floor, which also has 4 offices, 6 cubicles, a conference hall, and an open space. And the second floor, which has 4 offices, 2 offices for secretaries, and a conference hall. This is a beautiful building that will complement the work of your authority and enhance the landscape of Banjul, which is undergoing its own renaissance in our new Gambia. To our collaborators in this endeavor, the consulting engineers, the Gambia Public Procurement Authority, the senior management of GRA, and GAMWorks, we want to thank you for your support and for the confidence you have demonstrated in us to undertake such an important project. We are confident and hopeful that this building, which was built for purpose, will stand the test of time to outlive several generations of its current users and clients. I thank you for your attention and wish you all a day full of Allah's blessings. Assalamu alaikum.
So I'll be brief and talk about our relationship with GRA, which goes more than a decade. It's been a long-standing relationship that dates back to our first DMC in 2010. And that was for the rehabilitation of the 5 sheds, the stores, on the other side of the complex. And this was followed by 2 other DMCs, one for the construction of the 4th floor of the main building, and the other was for the Carnifing Annex, both in 2016. And this is the annex to the Revenue House, And as we called it during the assessment, the whole customs building. And the DMC was signed in 2019. And this is not the end, because we have also signed again another DMC for Farafeni. So I guess we have been a good I guess the relationship has been good all along. And this contract was supposed to be only 2 floors, the ground floor and the first floor. But during the design and subsequent to the construction, the idea was to add another floor. So we moved from a $13 million contract to a $20 million contract. And to add to that, we cannot finish the building without this building looking nice also. So we had to do the pavement, paint this building, make the whole area, do the parking shed, and make this place look better. And I will attest that all of these things were coming from the CG himself and not the staff, because he was seeing far more than just the building. He was seeing the whole complex. I'm saying this to say we are here, GAMWorks, to provide these services for government. Most of the time, people do not understand how to work with us, but I guess the CG knows how to work with us and have been working with us for all these years. And we're here to provide these services. We can do more. And with the support of the Minister of Finance, I must say, because they have been the ones, particularly my boss, the Permanent Secretary, encouraging sectors, departments to use our services for effective and efficient delivery. Like I said, my speech is not going to be long. Mr. CG, Chairperson of the Board, we thank you for the opportunity, and we hope, apart from summer, to do more business. Thank you.
On behalf of the Board and management and staff of the Gambia Revenue Authority, I would like to welcome you all to the formal opening of the Revenue House Annex. The Revenue House Annex was conceived sometime in mid-July 2017, when management intended to create 2 new departments, HR and Admin, Legal and Board Services, as well as restructure and rename management services to Enterprise Risk Management Reform and Modernization. We decided to do this because in consultations with our development partners, the IMF, the World Bank, there was a need for us to create a new department called Enterprise Risk Management Reform and Modernization, so that particular department is responsible for all the risks associated with the institution, as well as our reforms that we are undertaking. So that was the time we decided to come up with this idea of having a 2-story building over here. The building that is just behind me here was the old sales tax building, and it was here since colonial days. We thought we need an extra office space, and therefore that building was no longer fit for the use, and that was the time we decided that we need to have a 2-story building here. This major decision, which was guided by a critical and a thorough review of the authority's organogram and structure in view of the ongoing anticipated reforms and modernization, meant the recruitment of the additional staffs. Conscious of the fact that the space needed accommodate anticipated additional human resources in Revenue House was not there, management was prompted to venture into this multi-million-dollar Revenue House project. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with great sense of pride to inform you that constructions, furnishing and equipping of this elegant and modern office complex was 100% funded from our subvention in the tune of $22 million. You may wish to know that this was made possible because we had to take very difficult but necessary decisions by having to significantly cut or even forego certain budget line to realize this project. It is also worthy of mention that management was fully involved in the design of the building by reviewing the drawings, proposing ups-ons, adds-ons, and adjustments. This was indicated to you by the Managing Director of GAMWorks. From the beginning, we are involved. Anything that they do, they consult management and we'll give them our ideas how we want this building to be and how many spaces we want inside the building until we reached the final decision. And thank you very much, GAMWorks, for listening to us. In fact, the original design was for a 2-story building, as we said earlier on, but management eventually opted for a 3-story building, including an external stairs case to serve as an emergency exit. That is just behind the building over there. We thought it is very important to have the external stairs. In case of any emergency, people can use that place to exit. Following the approval of the project by the board, management opted for a delegated management contract with GAMWorks to design, contract out, and supervise the work. Following the evaluation of the bidders by GAMWorks in December 2019, GPS was awarded the contract and duly notified to commence work with effect from 22nd January 2022. The completed building was handed over to management on 22nd March 2022. The Annex, whose Alcalo is going to be the DCG, my able deputy and head of domestic taxes. Where he is stationed right now in the main building is a very small office, but he managed to be in that office waiting for the best time. And when this idea came, it was a 2-story building that we said. I thought it is really not fair for my DCG, who is very important to me, to be staying in that place. I've decided to get him an office here, but now I'm getting jealous because his office is far better than my office. So now I'm thinking of Honorable Minister to change so that he comes there, he goes there, I come over here. So this, my deputy will stay here with the rest of the staffs, and this building can accommodate or adequately conducive working environment for more than 45 staffs, with the room to accommodate more. The ground floor will house the Legal and Board Services Department and the Procurement Unit. The first floor will house Enterprise Risk Management, Reform and Modernization Unit, a meeting room, Credit Union Office, while the second floor will house the Office of the DCG, the Office of the DC and Head of Domestic Taxes. The new boardroom will also be there. Interestingly enough, now I have to come over to DCG rather than he coming to me. That's why I'm trying to change my mind. I should come over here rather than me coming from that building to here. So he should be coming to me. But as the nature made it, now we have to move because we have a new boardroom here. You will see it later when we go for the tour of the building. Internal Affairs Unit, in Corporate and Public Affairs Unit. All these offices, board and meeting rooms are labeled, fully furnished and ready for use. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to use this opportunity to extend our sincere gratitude to the management of GAMWorks through its managing director, and not forgetting Mr. Ibrahim Acham and Mr. Fofana, former Director General and Project Manager respectively, for the partnership and for ensuring that the quality was not compromised in this particular work. Our appreciation also goes to GPS, that's the contractor, for an excellent job and sometimes going beyond the contract terms to address certain needs. A big thank you to the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs, Permanent Secretary, through the Minister of Finance. We are very grateful, as well as for the support all the time given to GRA throughout, be it the project, this building, all other things that we are always getting assistance from Minister of Finance. GRA is directly under the Minister of Finance. We are autonomous, yes, but we are answerable to Minister of Finance. And most of the time when we need help, that is where we go. they give us the support necessary. So we are very grateful, Permanent Secretary and Minister. Thank you for your continuous support. I cannot conclude without profoundly thanking the Board of Directors, past and present, past and present. I said past in the sense that our board has a limited terms. When you serve it 2 terms, by act you have to go. And the work in the country is a continuation. Nobody can finish the work. Those who were there before, they've worked very hard, but because due to their time limit, they have to retire, and then we have the new board in. So the works that we are doing is like a continuous process, and that is why I am grateful to the past board members as well as the new board members for the support they are giving the leadership of GRA. I am indeed grateful and thankful to Allah that this day, an event which seems only a dream few years ago, has come to fruition. With a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction on today's milestone, we look forward to a successful completion of our next project. I sincerely thank the organizing committee under the leadership of Mrs. Matinjai Senghor for an excellent work they have done. This is one of the office spaces that we are going to officially open by the Honorable Minister. We intend to have already signed a contract with Gamworks for another story building in Jara Soma. We hope that one will also be ready soon, and then you will all be invited to come and open. And we are not stopping there, but we have plans to have, as the Gamworks MD was saying, Farafenye, yes, we have plans to build another other story buildings there. We have plans to build as well as in Basse. So these are all on the pipeline, but we always want to work with Gamworks. We don't want to take the trouble of building. It is very difficult for us to do it by ourselves because the demand is too much. But whenever we go through Gamworks, they become the interface between us and the contractors. And because that is their core mandate, they can do it better. And then we will concentrate on our core mandate, and that is revenue collection. And all of you know that we are doing our utmost best on that. And because you are seeing the figures, I'm sure Honorable Minister will agree with me that we are doing our utmost best in doing the revenue collection. And we are collecting billions, you know, so that's not a secret at all. So we want to leave the building side with Gamworks, so that from this one we are going to Soma. From Soma we're going to Farafenye. From Farafenye we are going to Basse. This is what we can do, and these things will outlive us, because we will all retire one day, but these buildings will be here for hundreds of years to come. So as a leader, this is what I think the best thing to do for the country. You try to make structures. Within your institutions, you put up a leadership that will see the future. You put up structures in terms of office buildings, and you equip them, you train your staffs. At the end of the day, that is what the country will benefit, because people will come and go. We will all retire one day, and we leave the young ones like Issa Jallo, and the rest will stay here. So we are all getting old now, you know, so pretty soon we'll retire. But before that time, we will do our utmost best to make sure that we put our foot on the ground, to make sure that GRA stay as one of the most important and significant institutions in this country. And on that note, I want to seize this opportunity to once again thank you all.
We should call things what they are. When you call me Lamin, I will not answer. My name is Seedy. So when we see good, we should celebrate it. What I see here is a classical demonstration of foresight of the GRA board and management. I have been taking cue of the management style of GRA. They've interacted, and they know where their core competence lies. And that's where leadership comes in. You cannot do it all. From the technology aspect of the Askuda wall, they partnered with Gamcel, the national telecommunication carrier. And that is a long step forward towards revitalizing our telecom sector. Come to the construction of their office building Annex, they once again partnered with the premier institution of Gamworks. and that is their core competence of GamWorks. And the organizing committee, comprising of young professionals, ably represented by the female folks. We just want to see women in the management. The chairperson is a lady. So they got it right in a number of areas. And I think GRA is a model that other government institutions should emulate. And we should look on GRA what they've got right. Because while other institutions are struggling, in these trying times, we see them thrive. And in this day and age, it's no longer the most able, but the most adaptable. And adaptability means ability to copy. And there's no pride here. So I look forward to other public institutions to really understudy what GRA has that makes them tick. On that note, I single-handedly, delightfully express my delight once again to inaugurate this fabulous and magnificent building. And thank you to the contractors, GPS, and thank you to all the relevant stakeholders that have been involved in this enterprise. Thank you.
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, management of awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.
Assalamualaikum. Askani adina, askani Gambia, askani diaspora. Xam nga bu ma nee askani Gambia adina sax wax naa yëpp ba pare nan lañ rek leen doon toogal hankañ ñor na waaw the plus xam ngeen ne yàgg ngeen a dégg the plus in skincare plus is already here finally egsi na hankañ suñ plus bi egsi na moo nekk ni ñu ngi lañ ko amal fii ci diggi Manjai highway Manjai Kotu highway fa lañ ibbi di plus mooy lan mooy the extras in skincare plus suñ cuuraay gerte yi suñ araw yi suñ mbaxal yi suñ jën yi suñ suulaale yi suñ nokkas yi hankañ indil lañ leen ko fii ci diggi Manjai ne ko fii comme ni ma ko dee waxee rek ne ko fii para caach hankañ waa diaspora bi xam ngeen ne ci noppal ren rek lañ nekk boo tukkee ñëw Gambia fii you can party all that you want we got you waaw boo toogee ba dernier moment pare pour dem daago rek ñëw di plus bu ko defee ñu packagé la li nga bëgg yëpp muy araw muy cuuraay gerte muy suñ mbaxali Saalum boobee suñ kereng kiisoo bi yooyu noonu yëpp amal nañ leen ko fii waa Gambia tamit nag xam nga rek the working women we want to make life easy for you our mbaxal is pre-made baxal sa maalo rek even bachelor si sax boo amee rek sa rice cooker baxal sa maalo rek teg sa mbaxal rek axankañ mbaxali Saalum laa wax de axankañ Charles fa lay waxee bu loolu passé amal nañ leen nag suñ own freezing system fu mu nekk nii suñ freezer bee nekk nii dañ laa jaay ba pare bu la neexee ñu freezer la axankañ paquetel la emuñ foofu rek sax boo bëggee ñu wéyal la yëpp yóbbul la ko ba airport waaye yéen lii ngeen ne lan xanaa lan comme ni ma ko dee waxee rek xanaa neex waaw suma partenaires yi rek ñoo nekk ni ki mooy Aïda boo lañ fi ñëwee boo lañ ma fi fekkutee ndegam manque di jaabante rek mun ngeen fee fekk Aïda mbaate mun ngeen fee fekk it rakki Aïda kañ ki mooy caat moo ngi nii waaw suñ plus gaa ngi nii fii nii waaw suñ fii mooy area bi nga xamante ni fa la ñoo defaree packagé suñ araw yeeg suñ all those kind of stuff moo nekk ni ñu ngi ci préparation nag pare ngoñ we not quite ready but we almost there loolu bu passé we have another work area fii na am meat cutting unit fish and meat cutting unit nga xam ne boo indi sa jën bugg ñu dogal la ko in lions nice pieces machine boobu dina nekkee fii nga xam ne nañ leen bugg di dogal ñaari raxasookaay nag lañ am this is one work area and that one is another work area parce que comme ni ngeen ko mus di xamee rek lépp loo xam ne luy dugg ci biir la dama make sure ne defar naa ko ci anam bu aw yoon nag parce que comme niñ ko lay waxee rek biir nag dafa lëndëm nag lu faa war a dugga war nañoo xam exactly naka la fa taajoo waaw suñ freezing unit bi nag neen xaaral nag ma boole si sax lan macha allah bam na ñetti yoon 2 hours ago rek lañ ñu indil ay waas believe it or not the wasses are frozen solid already waaw dugal nañ ko ci biir du ma ko génnee sax di ci xam nga taxal suma loxo yeeg yooyu noonu waaye it on point freezes in no time waaw xankañ bi mooy D plus so bu ca kanamee dinañ dem ci beneen doom bu ees di waaw dama wasin ay siix waaw twin businesses fii mooy the plus so ci kanam tuuti dinañ dem to the next one bu ko defee ñu wax lañ boobu tamit mooy ban ak naka la fa taajoo
Agada.
Mbijan aganya.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la.
Ha, code nyenje.
Okay. Korsa.
Nsila ID soto.
Sa soto. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariya. Mbale ki janna nun kunu bara tariya.
Jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon nano mbali ya bere. Birim koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato nim fo bolong blabe to.
56 branches mola sota Gambia jam.
Ha?
Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala bankol. Nka kodo kiya bere to. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nim kodi maraw. Jannam number 1 ti nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi ma ni domorol ni fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo ma kumfa kendol sotale je.
Wo moyo diat.
Apelenta
ni wo ka ni lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bu kanila ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Abaraka.